everyone, it's just a chat with Bunmi and Alabi. I'm super excited because this is Children's Day edition. Yes, yesterday was Children's Day, and as a child now, we are all children, so we had amazing time yesterday with the kids from church, from school, everywhere at home. And I believe you, as parents that are watching this, I believe you really you had a nice time with the children. Children have gifts to us. They are gift. If you have them in your bosom, you are blessed. Whether anywhere you find yourself, you see children around them, please appreciate and celebrate them because they really need this love and care. With this year's theme that says our future, our responsibility as an adult, as parents, as teachers, as leaders, as in, are we really taking responsibility of raising these children? It's before that we used to say, oh, they are the future of tomorrow. But are these children, are we patterning their lives in line with the future that we want? But it's not only me that will do this discussion today. I have some people here who are all also children inclined. They love children. When you see them, you know that this one, they are mother of children, they are father of children. Before they talk, before they make like 10 statements, you shall hear something about children in each of the statement. They are wonderful people. Please join me as I welcome Mommy Avalon, Lady Avalon, aka Mommy of Nation. You know that she will be here now. That is our core area, and I give it to her. Actually, Mama, we salute you. We salute your ministry. We salute your strength. I don't know how people say that you always shall defend children.
They say I overdo.
You overdo. So why do you love children so much like that?
It's not intentional. It's not a conscious thing. It's even when people start telling me that I notice it. It's not something I notice. I just do it unconsciously.
You always defend children.
Defend them. In fact, this week somebody told me, you overdo for children. So, but they don't tell. Even my own daughter told me this week, Mommy, you overdo for other children, other girls. So if
that is the case, I should query you for that because you are being biased. You are being biased. So why should you do more for other children so that your children will notice that you are not doing for them?
Okay, there was a particular time maybe I didn't even notice. I was having this feeling that I wasn't having enough touch with children. So I started, like you said, I pray about everything.
Yes, I know that.
So I said, but am I really having a touch with these children? Then something happened that period. It's a long story short. I realized that maybe I was having a touch with them. Then I felt that I was giving too much for my children. So I needed to switch and say, okay, let me give it a little bit out. Then I'll balance. So I'm just trying to balance in between, because the truth is, if you actually want to be in this world, you must be ready not to discriminate between amongst children. If not, you're going to love either your children more or others more. And I've seen someone said you were siding your child more than your child. So I've heard the both parts. You understand? So that's why I'm just asking God for grace. So
you just love children.
I just
love them.
I just love them.
And I know you have just why, when you love children like that, why did you stop at just? I know you have just 3.
If I have more than
just
that,
3,
I won't be able to share the love. So let me start that 3.
Other children, they will go their ways, but at least the one that will be in your bosom.
One of the. Don't
worry, I know who to see on that one. I know who to see. And any padlock you used to lock up those children that are coming from heaven, those padlock will be broken by fire. So that those children will come because you love them so much, so they should come. But don't worry, I'm coming back to you. Have to talk more. Please join me as I welcome Mr. Itebi Modu. I got it today, so you're welcome, Mr. Itebi.
Thank you for having me.
Yes, he's also father of children. In case you don't know, children loves to hang around him. When you see him around, you see him carrying children. He love carrying children. So maybe I should ask you to, what really drive you so much close to children like that? That you love carrying, as in babies. You love carrying. Some people can't carry babies the way you used to carry them.
One of it is their innocence. Children are just innocence. I've been privileged I offended a baby one day, and I discovered that baby started running for me.
Wow.
I shouted at her.
Wow.
Yes.
You understand? So I discovered, for almost like 2 years, the baby, I needed to call her and apologize.
A baby?
Yes.
A baby.
as
Wow.
low
They
as
are
6
very
Very
sensitive.
sensitive.
So I remembered, one of the things that I also remembered is that some of the things that were done to me when I was a child, when I started out, I still can recall.
Mm.
So whatever you do to those children, don't think they don't know. They are
Mm.
aware. Some of it are magnetic. Some of these
Mm.
are still retained in the mind.
Mm.
So, but
Mm.
one thing is that children forgives easily,
Yeah.
and they do a lot of things innocently.
Mm.
So that's just one of the things. So I'm learning, I'm building up my own self
Mm.
like a child, because if you are too matured, then you may not be flexible.
Mm.
So children are flexible, so that's why you need to learn from them.
Mm.
Even Jesus had to tell, let them come to me.
Mm. 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 That's amazing. That's amazing. It's good to hear from people that are really related with children. I always say something that being in children ministry in my own church, it really humbles me and it gives me patience. Yes, because a lot of the, like you rightly said, that some children don't like to be shouted at. you know and I know, if you want to be humble, you want to be patient, please go and join the children department in your church. It's going to teach you, because we are all, like some other people, you are aspiring to be a parent, and you don't know how to tolerate some things. If you are a children's teacher, you will tolerate shit. You will tolerate shit because some other children will do some things to you. You'll be like,
You just need to come down to their level.
just and people will be looking at you, why are you taking rubbish and the likes? But honestly, it's great, so that not everybody really have the grace. But I really want us to really talk about this, looking at the Children's Day and the celebration. It's okay. Now this thing is our future, our responsibility. We talk about the children's future and looking at things going on around the system, the educational system, security system. What is the hope of these children? Do they really have future? Especially in this part of the world, in this part of the country, looking at the way things are failed, the education system, security system, the standard way of living. Is this really creating a very conducive atmosphere for these children to thrive? What is their hope? And our own responsibility as adults, as teachers, as leaders, as parents. Let me start from you first.
Okay, thank you.
You're
I'll
welcome.
say that the world is becoming somewhere that is not even safe for children. I watched a program this week, and the man said something. Before now, if you fail, like for example, if you're writing WAEC and you fail, your parents will encourage you and they'll tell you can resit. But now, if you think of the money you're paying for exam once,
Mm.
you will not even think of the fact that you're going to pay the second time. You understand? So, when that's Larry Lushala, it says something about the fact that the children are not even given opportunity to say, when you fail, you can always go back again. Or our own time, our parents encouraged us. Future times, there was encouragement. They had support. Parents had support. So it wasn't so the way the system is going now, even families and parents, caregivers are afraid of where they will see the next money that they will use to support the children. So they are telling you, don't fail. Whereas failure is part of life. Somehow, I'm not saying somebody should fail, but we have all failed one way or the other. So the economy, the society is not putting opportunity for, if you fail, there's a second chance. It's as if that's why the case of probably when a child fail exam is feeling so bad, or a child comes back from school and is not writing well in the exam, or school is even giving support for expos because they don't want it. Okay, a child is paying 50,000 naira for exam, and the mother is earning maybe 40,000 naira. You need a contribution to get that money. How do you want to get that money again? So those support that is not there is making the parents be afraid, and so it's giving the children opportunity to say, I don't want my parents to suffer. I don't want my parents to be scared. I want to meet their needs. I want to make my father happy. I want to make my mother happy. So they are going extra mile to see that they succeed. So I feel that the society should calm down, or parents should also see that if a child fails, it's not the end of the world. There are other opportunities that can be given to a child. And it's not only in academics, in every aspect of life. So that's what I'm saying.
Yeah, absolutely. I know, that's the education part of the whole thing, which I know we're going to dwell more on it. And something that I always think about is, okay, even when we talk about the future of our children, maybe the educational part of it, as in, fine, parents wants to give their children best education, You understand? Regardless what you know, regardless of background, you see there are a lot of public schools out there. Even in the northern part, you see that there are some, even though those ones they don't want to go to school, they don't believe in what do they call school?
Animals,
They call school. There's what they call school.
caramels as well.
Where?
Is it Karama?
Caramels,
Is Karamata?
Mokarata.
Mokarata, yeah, Mokarata. You don't believe in all this, Once you see,
Education.
I remember when I was seven, I served in Yobe State. I was teaching the SS1 class. The head boy in the class, I think head boy is it SS1 or SS3. The head boy was in my class. When I heard that he has two wives, he was shocked, the head boy. And these are people that they already have family, but they just want to, and the boy was brilliant. He just want to ensure that they have this education so that at least they can attain some space in the society,
Yes.
as in the political setting and some top places. You understand? But there's some, when you look at the education system, which is what I want us to really dwell much on. They say before that education is the key to success. But the question is, in this our current economy now, this key, is it opening doors for our children, for our young ones? Mr. Tebi, what can you say to that?
The first thing is that I'll say that there is no education in Nigeria. We all pursue certificates.
I wanted to clear that there's no education in Nigeria. So what's now the
Children are no
point?
longer pursuing education.
So what are they pursuing?
Certification.
So
To get a good job, that's just what is
to get
happening.
how
That's
do
why
they
you
how do
see-
they get a good job if they are not educated?
Education, we need to define what education
Okay,
is.
okay.
You understand that education is not just about passing your certificate, it's about discipline. Having a discipline, okay, I want to be a medical doctor. I'm learning to be a medical doctor, not to pass an exam and get a good certificate. How many of them can actually practice in that field? Do you understand? Education in Nigeria should be hybrid, both formal sector and then the informal
Informal.
sector. Yes, which is the skill acquisition part of it. That was the reason polytechnics were set up, but it's not really achieving the purpose. So
But then polytechnic was seen as like an alternative. Everybody aspired that okay, I must
that's
go
the
to
mindset.
I must go to university. And there are
Yeah.
some people that they are very scared. Remember there was a time that there was a guy that was always aspiring to go to university because he sees maybe the place where he was living, maybe his world, his children went to university. So it was like I must go to university. And this is someone that if they tell him to go and bring maybe what he needs in school, he did one, and that was supposed to be 13,000, and by the time he calculated 13 million, and he went to give it to the man that this is what I need in school. Just simple arithmetic. He couldn't do it, and he was saying that he wanted to go to university. They say you should go and register at polytechnic. He say no, I must go to university and this person, when he's doing, he knows how to do all this electrical work, how to fix it, but he believes that no, it is university or nothing. A lot of people that have not gone to, they have been trying to do jam over and over because they just want to go to this university. So why do you think, is it the mindset of people that makes them believe that okay, I just have to go to university, or there's the way they package, or the system in the polytechnic is not encouraging people to go and study there, or maybe at the labor market when you present a university polytechnic certificate and someone that present a university certificate, as in, are there no discrimination between this? Do you get what I'm saying?
Yeah, it is
Yeah.
it is the government that created that problem. When you look at the expatriates that come to Nigeria, what's their level of education? Some of them, they attended technical schools,
Yeah.
and they come here to help our BSc certificate holders and all that. That's to tell you that your system is what creates that. So it's not based on capability and experience, it's based on the certificate you hold. Do you understand? So when you are holding a BSc certificate, when you are holding, when you are a doctor, it is believed that you have attained certain level of education. It is that's not
They
it.
give you more regards.
You understand that? So I think we adopted that from UK. I wouldn't know, But I don't think US or China they believe so much. They believe so much in skills. Execution is the so what is one of the problems we have in Nigeria. We don't have people that can actually execute. We have some of these things. You see, thank God for social media. So, thank God for internet that provides us with information that we can consume. If we have to rely on what was learned in the school, I learned nothing from polytechnic. I learned nothing. Some of the things
Okay, you
that
went
are
to
moving
Polytechnic. What
yes,
did you study?
I studied marketing.
But no, you are doing. Are you not doing something in line with what you
I
studied?
didn't. That's not what I learned from school.
Okay.
I actually upgraded myself from some of
But
the things that I
it's still
consumed.
in line with marketing.
Yes, that's because I am creating a discipline.
For
I'm
your-
learning.
But
I'm educating
what I'm
myself.
saying is you had a foundation in
Yes.
marketing in school.
One of the things I hate so much is certificates
Okay, is it about the certificate you got or what you learned in school?
because it distracts people from learning. It creates it creates something else in the mind of people. I need to be educated so that I can work in this place. I want to work here. I think you posted something again. What is prompting you to do that is because you have a certificate at home. You are about to clean it off. The one thing that I tell people is that, see, certification can never make you rich. It can only put food on your table. If you really want to make wealth, have you studied that? Okay, the people that are making wealth in the business sector today, they were the dropouts in school who started their business then. So now they are now employing you,
With your
a graduate.
certificate.
The same dropout is now employing you with your certificate. It determines when you wake up, it determines what you eat, what you wear, a lot of things. It will even fire you, even threaten you that, okay, if you don't meet this target, I'm going to fire you. This was a dropout. Do you understand? So education should be based on learning to acquire skills, not just about certificates.
Can I ask you a question? Should we now say education is a scam?
It's not a scam.
So would you have preferred you not go through that line of as in education and maybe just facing your work or maybe whatsoever skill you want to do, you know, like maybe it's like wasting some years, valuable years, trying to study what you think might not be useful for you?
One thing is that you just need to follow, but while you are doing your thing. Today I have Fluxflare Innovation Lab. What's the setup for skills? To train business people how to succeed in their business. You understand? So what we do there is based on practical. It's not theoretical, no. We have we have a team. We have researcher in our team. We have everyone skilled in their own environment. So that is able to what? To provide every solution for everyone. So what I'm saying is that if I have not trained myself, I just only rely on what I've learned in the school, then it means I will not have something to offer in the marketplace. How many people can offer things in the marketplace today? That's what I'm talking about. We have a lot of people with 6 A's when we got to school then, but they soon drop out because it's our results they hold. There's a difference between when you are holding your results and our results. You understand? So if you ever been to special center to go and write exam, then you are holding our results. But when it's based on your intellectual, then it means you are holding your results.
Absolutely. Thank you very much. If I may get what you're saying, like looking at this economy now, education does not really guarantee employment. It is the skill, what you know with the knowledge. But with the mindset of people now, let me go to you now. The mindset of people now thinking that, okay, I have to just go through this. I have to go through this education. There are some children that that no matter how much you spend on them to go to school, that thing cannot enter. They won't. Like the case of the guy that I talked about, it can't just enter. They won't just understand. Should we now still enforce that child to still go to school, or just go and maybe enroll such child at maybe a vocational center or somewhere?
Okay, thank you. I'll say something. Something happened on Sunday in relation to what you said, and all the children reacted and said, we're like, okay, what are the things your parents do that you don't like? Said, our parents, and everybody said it together. He said, our parents just feel that education is everything. So when you are watching TV, the next question there is, can't you go and read your book? when you are playing game, can't you go and read your book? And everybody said the same thing. You know, they were reacting. So for me, they are not seeing what we are saying as that is what will make you, that's what will make you be who you should be. They are seeing it that we are attacking them. So, but for us to see that education is important, the fact that if they are not, I think it's high time we start sitting our children and are saying that if you don't go to school, there are so many things you will face. Like you said, the certificate is different from, you said something about certificates different from what? Success, right? That
certificate can only put food on the
table.
table. It can't make you rich.
Okay, can't make you rich. So the child that you are training now, they are not. There's no way you can, before you can tell a child you have lesson teacher, you go to school, you have do lesson in school, but now they don't believe all those things. They believe that they can learn something on their phone. ChatGPT is there. A child can do an assignment 12 a.m. in the middle of the night and he's telling you, "Mom, just give me your phone and I'll get my result and the answer to my question." So we need to start sitting them and say, see, if you don't go to school, your mates are going to leave you behind. So when you're going to school, is like a bedrock for you to just stand on, so that if somebody asks you, did you actually go to school? You can say, yes, I went to school. Then you cannot learn in between. Somebody told me one day and said she wants to change her child's school. And I asked why. She said the school is not too good. And I said, in Nigeria today, I don't see an excellent school. But if you register your child in a good school or a less average school, then at home, there are things or places you can register your child for a skill, to learn either keyboard or whatever you want to learn, maybe personal life issues, or to learn to polish themselves personally. But for you to see that a school will give your child everything that they require for this generation, I have not seen that school. So let us make sure that it's not only about reading book, you are reading or you're studying for your future. And as a parent, don't just force them to read. You are reading so that your skill will come out. I'm sure that there are some things that we studied in university or in school that if they tell you to come and exhibit it like you have said, you are not interested in it. You are working on your purpose. So let us stand on our children to make sure that we are working towards their purpose, not just for them to read and succeed in life.
Thank you very much. Because of our time, we'll be going to the street to hear what people are saying about this. Is education still the way out? As in, what is the hope and future of our children? Like saying our future, our responsibility. Is education still the way for our youth of these days? See you again.
Okay, so what do you think about this JAMB mass failure? Do you think education should still be the way or handiwork?
To me, if a child has finished secondary school, SSC, it's okay. Because going to this institution, most of them, they can't even write their name. So when you for 4 years to school and 4 years to learn handwork, that handwork person will be making his money before that one that goes to university. Because going to university now, after they come out, they'll be receiving 30,000 naira per month, 40,000 naira before they even get that job. Man, they have to use connection to get that job. But if you are doing handwork, after 4 years, before the 4 years you complete, you'll be collecting your money. Like now, if you are doing aluminium, a bricklayer, plumbing, or shoemaking, all those things, their equipment is not that cost. Before 4 years, they will get what they want. So I believe in handwork than education. That's my opinion.
Thank you so much.
Àwọn ọmọ yẹn ìmí ìtàn lọ fún tìtìríà yẹn ìwé kọ́nà lọ ń kà lọ́hùn rubbish làwọn ọmọ yẹn lọ ń ṣe lọ́hùn because mo rí kò tó yẹ pé wọ́n wà nílẹ̀ tí àwọn ọmọ ń láàpù ara wọn tíṣà wọn dẹ̀ wà ń bẹ̀ gbogbo wọn dẹ̀ máa láàpù ara wọn tí ò ṣe ìwé làwọn yẹn lọ kà àwọn yẹn wọ́n máa fẹ́ẹ̀lì náà lẹ́yìn pé àwọn òbí wọn kán jẹ́ kán lọ máa kọ́ṣẹ́ ọwọ́ iṣẹ́ ọwọ́ ló tiẹ̀ láyé ta wà ń sìn because education náà ẹni tí ò bá ní connection but tọ́mọ bá níṣẹ́ ọwọ́ tó tún fọ́dà mọ̀ṣẹ́ ó tún máa help ẹ̀ iṣẹ́ ọwọ́ lè ní fọwọ́ sínsìn tọ́mọ bá ti lè read tó lè speak tí wọ́n lè fọwọ́ rọṣẹ́yìn láàrin àwọn èèyàn
kó ṣáà ti mọ̀ ọ́ kà kó ti mọ̀ ọ́ kò ń ṣe dandan kó lọ yunifásitì.
no ó lè lọ ẹ má mistake ó lè lọ o mi ní pé ọmọ ò lè lọ ó lè lọ but sẹ́rí ọmọ téèyàn bá fẹ́ rán lọ bẹ́ẹ̀ yẹn gan-an yẹn á ti mọ́rú ọmọ tó jẹ́ because àwọn òbí àfi tá a bá fẹ́ parọ́ kò sẹ́ni tí ò mọ̀ wà tó wà lọ́wọ́ ọmọ kọ̀ọ̀kan nínú ọmọ tó bí ọmọ mi ara ẹ̀ balẹ̀ tó jẹ́ kó dẹ̀ láì kó máa kàwé dáadáa but mi abẹ́bẹ́lúbẹ́ mi kò ráyè ilé gan tẹ́ bá ní kó lọ gbé ìwé ẹ̀ lọ́mọ mi kò ní dá yín lò ó lè ní àmkọ́ mi yẹn tó bá gbéwèé lójú yín tẹ́ bá ti yẹ́yìn padà mẹ́ tó máa gbéwèé sẹ́gbẹ̀ẹ́ kan nìkan mi ló máa ṣe so ìbẹ́tà kéèyàn jẹ́ kọ́mọ ó kún níṣẹ́ ọwọ́ ó lè lọ pè ní kọ́yìn kéèyàn máa jẹ́ kọ́mọ lọ skul dà ọmọ lọ because tí ò bá lọ gan ó máa padà dùn létà bíà ìbádẹ́ ti lọ skul so ó wọnú ara wọn ni.
ẹ ṣé gan.
Okay, welcome back. That's what you've heard from people. You know, this is going to continue next week. As in, is education a scam? What can we do? But you know, before we go, you know, like you were saying something about making the children go to school. Honestly, when you look at the education system nowadays, we're going to bring maybe one of the oldies who has been teachers there. I remember there's a video that was trending online where a professor of Unilag, ex-professor, was talking about student allowance, and they pay you for being admitted to school. They pay you. The fact that they admitted, they pay you, and he said something that he got married with that allowance. And you understand, as in someone that's still a graduate. Now, someone who is graduate, who is in this current, who is a graduate, is still thinking of, okay, how do I even feed myself? Don't talk about feeding, and you're not telling people that go and marry. They will, okay, they say if you go to school, maybe we've gone to school. Now, if I calculate all my own years, you know, my own case, you know, you're talking about, I told you that you still did marketing. Me, we go do industrial chemistry. I know my colleagues might be watching, but I remember some of them was saying, Bunmi, is it that you are talking like this? You that used to be shy in class, that you used to sit there in one place. I was like, Nigeria, you know, because all the things they were teaching us then. Fine, I wanted to do medicine then, but because I told you the reason I wanted to do medicine because I love the way medical doctor dresses. They're always cute. I love to dress well, you know, but I might like them because of the way they dress, but my capacity, my mental capacity, can it stand reading? Can it stand reading for long? What do they read now? You know when you see some medical students reading sometimes, you be like, kilo shele. There was a time in night class, a medical student ran mad. He has been reading for days. He didn't go to his hostel, he was reading. And you know, a lot of people then will read just to pass exam. We read to pass exam. I had, you know, I had different story there. I had one carryover in 100 level. I carried that course over till 400 level, like 107. I can't forget that course. Animal science, plant science, they put it together. It was a 3-unit course. I had this is a course that people spill over for years to come and redo. I did that course till 400 level. There was the last time in 400 level when I did that course, and I always score like maybe two points to the cutoff mark. I don't always get that. So this is a course that you'll be reading, you'll be cramming. As a chemistry student, we cram formulas, we cram equations, and you know, I just ask myself that all these things now in my life now presently, how can I even apply this thing in my current life now? All my colleagues there, none of them were working in a place that we all desire. We wanted to work at Chevron, we wanted to work at oil company. You understand? So a lot of us, we read, like you said, that we read for the certificate to have to, even if you have 2-1 or first class, what is the assurance that you see a lot of first class that are still roaming around the street, and a lot of people, they have that result, but they can't perform, they can't do anything. So you know, to me, you know, when children are say they have to go to school, for me or to me, I believe maybe school is just like to get formal experience. Okay, exactly. Everybody should know that. Okay, me too. I went to school. Which school did you graduate from? Didn't you know that I went to Covenant University? You know, this and that. You understand? But the truth is, what the things we need to survive in life, is it in school that we can get it, or you know, I know you said something about encouraging children to learn skill. You know, some of these children, you know, some of them still believe that learning skill is old school. I don't know if you've really come across children believing that, okay, why would I go and learn skill? Why would I go and learn how to do this? You know, they see it as if it's a longer route. They don't want to go to school. They don't want to learn skill. So what should now be the way out for such younger, maybe youth or children that believe that, okay, they just want something fast?
Okay, I'll say the purpose for learning is to acquire knowledge.
Mm-hmm.
And then education is not just about formal school, it also involves the non-formal. So that's why you are not superior when you go to formal school to somebody who learns a mechanic. You are both educated, but in different schools. Do you understand my point? He has the certificate at the end of learning. You also have yours. So he may not be able to speak English, he may not be able to fluent, but he has the skills acquired through what? Learning. Then you also acquire yours through reading. So education is not just about going to school. So what I just feel like is that there should be a balance. We can go. I encourage people to go for hybrid. Why? Because your certificate puts you in certain corridor. You understand, of influence and respect. Because okay, he has this, he has that title. You understand. But when it comes to practice, I think non-formal education is the best.
It's the best. Well, thank you very much. Because of our time, let's talk about, okay, what do you think the Nigerian education, what can be changed in our educational system? I know a lot of us, we might have seen some things that didn't go well, maybe the way the educational system is being structured. What are the things that can be put in place so that it can encourage, like for instance, I know of this Covenant University. I think they encourage all these skills acquisition alongside with their formal education and the likes, such that when you look at graduate from this school, they always they are pace setters, outside the school, because they don't just base on maybe the certificate. It's about what the skill they learn from the school. So I think I want us to talk about what can we add to the education system in our country, so that it can encourage people to still, at least, even though you still want to learn some other things, you still see that education, that it is still worth it, and not see it as if it's a waste of time.
The only thing I would say is mentoring. There should be a school for mentoring. Just like you have the lawyers who goes to what's it called? Law school, and then you have doctors, those who study medicine, they go to their honors. So there should be mentoring, because that's one of the things that are lacking, and that's where you said you see most employers are looking for somebody who has an experience. Why? Because he has been through some things. You'll be able to practice. They are looking for something practical, somebody who is ready-made practical person. You understand? And so there is need for us to have a school for mentoring regardless of the field.
Okay, so apart from maybe the study they do in school,
yes,
something
there is need for a mentor. Everyone needs a mentor.
Maybe if I may add to that, I think there's a room for industrial attachment, for industrial training. I remember maybe
It's
the
certificate
time.
based, it's title based.
No, you're talking about mentoring. That is maybe people go into the field to practice. I think maybe the time given to that should be increased. Maybe they should increase more. Maybe
It's like you learning how to drive now. You can't do it with just a simulator in the office. So you need to be on the road. So your driving instructor should mentor you on the road while he's doing that. He's also putting you through. You understand? And doing it with you. There is need for it. That's one of the things that is also creating a gap in Nigeria. And Nigeria should also respect skills, capability more than somebody who has a certificate.
Should respect it. Wow, I like that. They should respect it more. So when you see somebody with a technical school certificate and someone, don't look at the certificate, look at what they can offer. All right, ma'am.
Okay, I'll say that I would like us to talk about curriculum. What can we add to our educational setting? You realize that some schools now, they're putting entrepreneurship, public speaking, and skill acquisition in some schools, which is encouraging for some secondary schools, and some universities are also encouraging it. And I also say that when the children are leaving school, there's this thing I know when I finished secondary school that really helps me. Like you said, mentoring or polishing school. But if you do it like, if it's something like an IT, where school is sending you, some people see it as a force. They see it as something that they are sending me. I think children should be encouraged to see that, be more interested in personally developing yourself, not being forced. So what you do personally, what you put in your best to personally to develop, like we call it polishing school or finishing school. You want to put in your best with and realize that it is for your personal use. Nobody is forcing you to do it. So I think we should be interested in personal development more. That's on the side of the children.
I thank you very much. I think for the parent, I have something for the parent. As a parent, if you notice a skill in your child, don't enforce that child to go and do something else. I shared my own story because my cousin, my uncle wanted his son to do medicine. So my dad too wanted him to go and do medicine. They'd be calling you Baba doctor, Baba. I wanted to do medicine because I love the way they dress. So please, parents, find out the skill your child has early enough. Discover their skill early enough so that you don't force them to go and it's your money they are going to waste. Because by the time you force them to go and do lawyer and the child say you want to be a dancer, why not allow the child to go and do something in line with maybe art and culture? At least they can study that in school. But you force the child to go and do medicine, the child will do the medicine and he will give you the certificate and say, Baba, thank you, at least I've collected certificate in what you wanted, not what I want for my life. So allow your child to make decision based on what you have prayerfully discern what God wants that child to do. And alongside you train that child, you enroll that child in schools and in trainings that will harness that gift in him or her. And with that, you are going to create a better future because you are responsible for them. There are times that you need to train them, you need to groom them. By the time they are grown up and they can decide for what they want, you can't come into their life and say you want to be directing them because you didn't do it at the right time. I pray God will help us, all parents and all leaders and all teachers in school, in churches, at home. God will give us the insight to train these children for a better tomorrow. So I'm going to bring someone also, at least we're going to interview her to have our own take on this too. Is education the way out for our youth today? It's me, Bunmi, Alabi, saying this has been an amazing time on Just a Chat, and I want to appreciate my guests for coming online today. Thank you for sharing your own insight on this Children's Day. So happy Children's Day to us, and a shout out to all our children. A shout out to all our children, from Baby Bless, from Demilade, David, Edeolua, Toluani, Victor, and all the children of the House of God ministry.
They will watch this video.
They will watch
Don't
it.
mention their name.
I can't make that I say all the children of the House of God ministry. Yes, all the children of the House of God ministry. Shout out to you, from my cousins, my friends, my nieces, nephews. We celebrate you all. You are our future, and we pray that your son will not go down untimely in Jesus' name. Thank you very much. It's me, Bunmi Alabi, saying have an amazing week. Bye.